Hello and welcome back. We are in Factorio Exotic Industries and we have unlocked a new tech. So, where is it? Down here? All the way down. Let's find it here. Exotic. No, not the exotic age or the quantum age. We have unlocked the computer age, which will give us a load of techs. But currently we can't do anything with it because we're not making that. So let's bring up our tasks. Semiconductor wafers we've done. Solar panels we've done. Fast road and asphalt we've done. Computer age science pack and electronic parts. Those are our next modules to build, and that would give us our next science pack, which will be pretty cool. And we probably have some other jobs as well. So this build here made some acidic water, so we need to add to process acidic water somehow, but that's not now. What I would like to do is just take a quick look at this process. So we are building out these new modules. They're getting built slowly and carefully. I quite like it. I'm going to continue tiling these down as we go. Alright, but for now, let's head over here. And this can be our next module for our next process. So, let's put down some assembly machines, because I'm assuming it's made in an assembly machine. Computer age technology needs energy crystals, electronic parts, decider combinators, and lubricant. Alright. And then a decider combinator is fairly straightforward, I'm hoping. There we go. So that's electronic circuits and copper cable. Okay, it doesn't share any inputs here. And let's have a look at rates. Okay, so it looks like one decider combinator to one of these is almost exactly right. It's 0.09% overproduction, which is well within what I care about. Alright, let's also look at this. So this produces 0.02 transport belts worth. Produces 20 a minute. That seems like quite a lot. Let's go over to our other science builds and just double check. Okay, so the green science packs, they produce 22 a minute. These produce 120, which is ridiculous. These produce 12.5. So it's going to be basically this size of build. So it's going to be 8 machines. Okay. So we need to figure out how to get the lubricant in. I think the simplest thing is to move these machines back a little. Put in a rail and use a long arm. I will rearrange all this in a minute. So these require... This can actually be moved in. Okay, there we go. These require 2 inputs. Coils... Oh, copper cables. Okay, so that's going to be entertaining. How many copper cable machines do we need? I could be doing all this in Factory Planner, but I find it more interesting to do it this way. Okay, so that's not going to be very happy. Oh dear. Okay, so we need 2 copper cable machines for 1 decider combinator. It's a 3 to 2. Yeah, so that ratio's out. So this is going to be an absolute copper hog, isn't it? And then these require green circuits as well, but that's fine. We can bring that in somewhere. And then each of these requires 2 plate machines. So this is starting to look like something that perhaps won't fit. Right. Maybe I want to make plates all in one place within this module. Because let's take that away. Move this down to there. Okay. Let's move this up one tile. So this is looking a bit like an old-fashioned green circuit build, isn't it? Okay, so that's this part of the build. If I move this all over one tile further, they can go there, and then I could have an input there for green circuits. That seems about right, doesn't it? And then these each need a lot of copper plate. Let's put that away for a moment. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this as a balanced build. We may end up doing 2 builds of this particular science. Okay. So that's 4 machines. And then each of these needs 2 machines making copper plate. Okay. Which really does seem like a lot to me. Yeah, that is quite a lot. So how are we going to... Let's double check these things. So that's accounted for. The lube is accounted for. It just needs an electronic parts and electronic crystal. Something like this and this. Okay. Let's put down some power poles just to stop everything flashing. Where can we put these? That works quite well, doesn't it? Okay. And this doesn't quite reach to the other side of the build, so let's put that down. Ah, and these don't quite reach the blue arms. Okay. So we have everything except the copper plate. I was just thinking perhaps there's something where we put copper in and take the copper plate out and then wind it round like that. That would work. Right, so let's pull this over one more tile. In fact, let's move it 2 tiles. That can go over and move all of this over 1 tile. Alright, so then... Yep, I'm going to up the number of fast inserters I carry, since I seem to be running out of them. Alright, so then... So these are then copper plate. Good. Then we'll need some inputs and outputs to get this show on the road. There. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? And then we need some power poles. Of course, they're always just not quite right. Okay. So I'm quite pleased with this. That can be trimmed off. Let's join the lubricant up. And then the output, just go like that. This is capped to 5 rows, which is what it should be. Tidy that up. We've got some slightly wonky power polage here. It'll do. It'll do. I'm not going to get worried about that. Okay, so we need a copper ingots. We need electronic circuits. We need... Let's move that over. Lubricant, crystals, and electronic parts. Okay, so this is lubricant. I apologise for the noises in the background. I have a cat that's being very vocal. Okay, so green circuits here. Copper ingots here. Crystals, which are here. Yep, and electronic parts, which... there. Good. Nope, I want this to be on the outside belt. There we are. That can be trimmed back. Okay, so this is half what we need. This is half a build. So we need a second one of these to match up the rate of this. Okay, so let's find somewhere to put it. Let's put it up here, and it may as well. This is where we find out whether we've done anything silly. No, it looks like we haven't done anything silly. That's really good. So, the next thing we need is electronic parts. Let's have a look. These things here are crafted in an assembly. They seem to need quite a lot of stuff. Okay, central processing units and advanced circuits. So let's add them. Are central processing units needed in anything else? That's the thing to look at, isn't it? So central processing units only has one recipe. Oh, it's only used in electronic parts, so we want to make them on site. Okay, so let's start to have a look at this. We have central processing unit, electronic part, and then we're going to need an advanced circuit build. Okay. Ooh, so we need probably 2 of these. Nope. Okay, I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here. So this consumes 7.5 of the processing units. And this produces 5.6. So it's a weird ratio. We'll figure that out. But what I'm not sure about currently is this produces 22 a minute. Okay. And One of these consumes 5. So yeah, so we just need 2 of these to match all our science. Okay, so I could have done them in the same module if I'd made the module much bigger. But I think I'm going to do this. Let's just double check if electronic parts are used anywhere else. Electronic parts. Oh, they're used in absolutely everything in the world. Okay, so we want to build for this. I'm a bit worried by the lack of petrol, but I guess we'll figure that out later. Okay. I'm really confused by the numbers we're getting here. Okay, this says we have 1/3 extra machine, which is very weird. This needs batteries, which we're making. It needs insulated wire that we could make here. So let's make the insulated wire, and that requires copper. Oh, that's brilliant. So we just need 1 wire maker for the whole thing. Good. I'm wondering if we can do another staggered build. Something like this. Then we could use a diagonal inserter here to feed that across. This needs 2 plate machines. There we go. So that would all work. Then that would then feed across to here. I appreciate it doesn't reach. Let's just double check. So this needs semiconductor wafers we have, red chips we don't, and crushed gold. So let's have a look at the crushed gold. Let's set this to crushed gold from ingots. Oh, that's fine. So a single gold crusher does all 3, and still leaves us with half a machine over. So I'm considering doing a double-sized build here. Let's see. This needs a belt of reds as an input. This needs a belt of reds as an input. Okay. So that makes me think perhaps we should have... There's different ways to do it on there. This needs plastic. This just needs copper. So this side is straightforward. I think we can move that all the way down the bottom. Let's take this. There. So something like that. We'll move everything around in a moment. Yeah, so I can have two belts here to feed this. Oh, I only need 1 belt this side. Okay, so this is going to be a belt which is partly gold and partly wafers. In fact, I could put that down there. Like that. So that's the golden wafers. I need to take all of this out for now. Okay, then we need a line of red chips that's going to be used for both of these builds. So let's move this back. Good. I think I'm past using yellow arms. Okay, and then we have the issue of how to pass through. Okay, that could be moved up. That could go up. Okay, that fits, doesn't it? Ah, the problem's going to be this one. How does that feed across? We can use a kinked inserter. Nothing wrong with a bit of kinky insertion. Okay, so that can drop down there. That makes it through. Okay. Sorry, this is taxing my very limited brain power. Let's put this in, just... There. Alright, let's pull all this up. Grab that. Put it down there. Okay, that joins through. So this is getting its reds. We are making these central processing units on site. We need a belt with batteries on. Okay, so could this be a split belt of reds and batteries? I think that would be a way forward, wouldn't it? Let's make a... Can't make a constant combinator because I don't have any copper. Alright, let's go grab a bit of copper. It's just my memory isn't great, so I'm just going to make some combinators to mark out what's going on. This needs plastic. Do I have room? We can route a plastic belt through here. That's not a problem. And then we'll need to bring in copper here. What we haven't got is an output yet. Okay. So where would this output? Is that something I can copy? Why can't I copy it? What am I doing, silly? I've got no idea what I'm doing, silly. There. Okay. So then this can... If I move that up one, then this can output here. Good. So that looks like a build. It's not very centralized. Let's grab it and think about where we would put it if it was a perfect world. Over one or two tiles, I'm not sure. Let's move it over one. Because nothing ever bad happened when you move builds by a single tile. Okay, so we have a request here for gold. Which I think we can just feed over with an inserter. Okay, this is the request for wafers. Which are here. And I've done it like that because we are going to be side loading. Brilliant. Then this is the red chips belt. Ah, it's a split belt, isn't it? Red chips and batteries. Now, I don't think it matters which side of the belt these go on. Okay, so this is gold ingots. Red chips, batteries. Which I can't see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Then that's all the inputs for this. We have plastic. And copper. And then it just needs power poles. Can I do it with substations? Should I have designed it with substations in mind is a better question. Yeah, we definitely can do it with substations. I think that's a lot neater, isn't it? A lot less random cableage. Okay, so plastic and copper. Cool. Alright, let's see if this is actually working. No output. Why is there no output? Because we have no lube. Let's check that lube is the only thing we're missing. No, we're also missing the electronic parts. Why are we missing the electronic parts? Because in this build I forgot to make them. Oh, goodness me. That's a bit of a disaster. Okay. What a mistake maker. This makes the decider combinators. I need the electronic parts, which are... Yeah, I just forgot to put the electronic parts in the gap, didn't I? Those are the electronic parts. Oh dear, this build's broken. No, it's not. I'm being daft. Let's put this back where it was. Okay. So this just needed an electronic parts input here. It's the wrong end of the day for me, isn't it? How is this going so far? We are never going to make anything because we haven't done red circuits. But we should find out why lubricant hasn't been coming in, because that's a thing. Let's look on the map. There is lube. Okay. The other thing, I should probably label these builds while I remember. So we need the copper plates. This is computer age tech. And this is the electronic parts. Good. Okay, and then why is lube not running? Oh, created the first central processing unit at 29 hours. What's going on here? So this is producing lube, but at a very slow rate. Okay. We have lots of residual oil, so that's not the problem. We have heavy oil distillate. Okay, lots of that. Then This is running at full time. The temperature isn't up. This is running at full time. This is full time. So what's the problem? Oh, okay. The problem is that we're not keeping the... Are the burners not full? No, they seem to be full. But this pipe isn't. That's fine. I'm just trying to debug this. I'm not seeing why this is not working. Maybe it's just that we're not making enough lube. That's possible, I suppose. I don't really know what to do about that, other than to double the build. Let's have another look over here. So... I'm requesting lubricant distillate rather than lube. Oh, grief. It's these icons which are nearly the same colour as one another. Let's do this again then. There we go. And it will be wrong for the other build as well. So let's go find it. Yeah, this is lubricant distillate rather than lube. There we go. Alright, so those should be a lot happier now. And it's just a question of this build running. This is good. This is good. This is good for everything except insulated wire. Insulated wire, I never wired in the... Okay, that doesn't quite reach, does it? Let's see if we can improve this. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we can put in our sneaky inserters. And this build is now running. And in a few weeks' time, I'll look at this kinked belt and wonder why it's kinked and be confused. Okay, created the first electronic parts, 2927. So this is... Yeah, it's just the electronic parts. And for them, we would need to make red chips. But they look like they're a build in their own right. So I'm going to come back to that at another date. I would like to know why things are building so slowly for our roads. Let's have a look. Okay. I think the reason it's building so slowly is because it just builds slowly. So I might have to double the size of this, but that's a job to do off camera. What matters right now is to end this episode, and then next time we'll have a go at the red chips. But until then, we can tick a couple of things off our tasks. We've done Computer Age Science Pack, we've done electronic parts, add new red chips. Brilliant. Well, I'm calling that a day. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.